Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive.
You become collector of proven sales letters, which I am, and proven copy, and do your homework and research with the SRDS. I can't think of a better investment than spending time on the SRDS researching markets and mailing lists. Hey, Bartley.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good to talk to you.
Yes, it's been a while.
If you can master copywriting, which is salesmanship in print, but really do it well, where you're able to sell from a piece of paper or the written word, and if you have a big enough market, let's say you had a letter to the diet industry and you tested it to 1,000 people, and it was a letter you wrote like what you sent me, and let's say you had a product that cost you a couple bucks and you were selling it for $29 and you tested the letter to 1,000 people and you produced enough sales through a direct response letter where they sent you the money and you sent out their diet product and it made a small profit on 1,000 people, you're set. You're a millionaire. If you could test it again and make sure that it wasn't a fluke, you are there. You've got a successful piece of copy that has made a profit on a small scale, and then all you're doing is multiplying zeros. Next time it won't be 1,000, it'll be 5,000, then 10,000, then 20,000, then 50,000, then 100,000, then 200,000, then a million. You can go as high as mailing out 10 million letters a month if you want to, because the market is that big.
Right.
And so you just add those zeros and you're set for life. You could build a multi-million-dollar company from one letter. One example is the most successful letter of all time has produced over $1 billion, with a B, $1 billion worth of sales. And that's the direct mail piece that was originated for the Wall Street Journal. Still being mailed today with some slight changes, but the main concept is still the same.
That's amazing.
I just got a book, which is not actually a rare find. You can find it. I was reading it last night, reading it this, I'm not even near complete. And it's by Denny Hatch. And it's called $1 Million Mailings by Denison Hatch, Hatch, Denison. You can go on Amazon.com and search Denison Hatch or $1 Million Mailings, and this is 60 or 70 of the all-time greatest copywritten letters in the world. And it goes into the copywriters were interviewed on what gave them the inspiration and how they did it and why they did it. And you can pick this book up for $150, and it is gold. And also another aspect, when you say you want to be a great copywriter, one of the easiest ways is to emulate what other successful pieces have done. So you can look through this book here and look at proven successful $1 million mailings and borrow from that to create any letter in the world for any product in the world. Not only that, this is one of the most interesting things I do is I collect this stuff. I collect proven successful sales letters and ads, because one ad, imagine the expense that went into developing a proven successful ad. There's one page in this book of one successful ad just produced millions and millions of dollars worth of sales for their company. It is like a combination to a safe. For example, if you've got a successful ad selling a subscription to Newsweek or one of the business publications as an example, you can take that same format, that same concept, change some things around. You don't want to plagiarize it. You can change it to a subscription for a gym membership or a subscription for anything. You could fit it to a different market very easily, because it's not the product they're selling that made them work. It was the appeals to their human emotion. It was the words that were used in the headline and in the opening and in the close of the piece that made them move. It was the offer that made them act. It wasn't necessarily the product. So every single one of these can be molded to a different product or market that you see fit. Now, what's that worth?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even necessarily have to be as skilled as what Gary Halbert says, unless you want to be a hero and do it all yourself. You know, why would you want to take risks when you can borrow proven formulas? And I think all great copywriters, to an extent, do this. I don't know for sure. I mean, I've heard Dan Kennedy, you've heard of him, right?
Sure.
Talk about how he can count on one hand the amount of original copy he's ever taken. He goes back and researches great copy, and some of the best stuff is back in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. These are when the real masters were around. Finding successful copy, there's a website I just learned about that has all the Claude Hopkins archived Pepsodent toothpaste ads. Claude Hopkins, you've heard of him?
Sure.
He was the master, granddaddy, king, copywriter, advertiser back in the 20s, responsible for putting Pepsodent toothpaste on the map. And they've got archived these full-page ads from the 20s and 30s that were responsible for building that company. And they're just pure genius. They could be just changed around a little bit today and marketed instead of toothpaste. It could be a cream that prevents acne. It could be a deodorant. It could be anything.
Isn't it amazing that things like that from so long ago could still be used, the wording can still work?
That's what's so great about marketing. You're studying human nature, and human nature doesn't change. We all operate the same way. We're all human beings. There's greed, there's lust, love, sex, all the major emotions that make up a human being have been the same forever, and they're the same anywhere around the world. So you never have to relearn this stuff. You only learn more and more. And the more you learn, it compounds on what you've already learned. Geometrically. If you've got 10 years of learning and you learn another year, you're not learning just 1 year. You get to use that new year and cross-reference it with the other 10 years you've already learned. So you're never wasting time studying human nature or studying copywriting, which is the skill to motivate people to action, to buy your product.
Sent you the letter that I'd written. To be honest, I didn't spend a lot of time on that. I may have spent 3-4 hours on it. I mean, you've read a lot of the stuff, more than I, and I was just curious what you thought of it. I didn't borrow anything. That was just all straight out of my head, so I'm curious what you thought.
I thought it was good. Some of the main important things were great. You had a headline. Finally, the real secret to a lean, healthy body is revealed. I mean, those are powerful headline words, and a headline is 80-90% of your ad right there. Those words have been proven in the past through other successful ads. Secret, Gary Halbert's a big fan of the word secret, and it's a great word that gets people's attention because everyone wants to know the secret. Finally is a great attention-getting word also. Finally, a real secret to a lean, healthy body is revealed. It's a good headline, but guess what? I mean, my opinion and anyone's opinion is worth shit. Because the only people's opinion it's worth is the people who open up their wallet and would give you their credit card for the product. So let me ask you this. Maybe you'd be better off researching and finding some very successful diet promotions, like one of the all-time successful diet promotions that Gary Halbert worked on for berry trim.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. Many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini-seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to hardtofindseminars.com. Thanks for watching.